Hi there, this is Jim, the Keys bartender for episode 124. Take our effing picture. Take our fucking picture. I put on there. I put effing. I'm here with Luke Glenn. Say hi, Luke. And T-Bone. Say hi, T-Bone. T-Bone's his dog. We're at the Black... no, we're not. We are at the Shipwrecks.
Shipwrecks, man.
Yep, we are at Shipwrecks today. And we are noticeably missing Bill Wissinger, who's...
he's fucking off in Key West.
Yeah, with Captain Josh.
He's down there wearing his assless chaps.
Yeah, that's... well, you know what? Guy's got to earn when he's going to... You know?
Yeah.
And fortunately, we don't do that. But we'll explain what that take our fucking picture means. But if you ever get the chance to stop Shipwrecks, they got happy hour, 3 to 6?
3 to 6.
Specials all week long.
And they have beer
happy hour all week.
Even the weekend.
Even the weekends. And they have food happy hour on Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
They got live bands. They got a live band tonight. They're doing Jam Night, right?
Jam Night is tonight, man. And we're on the located on the beautiful Garden Cove Marina Canal, man.
Yeah, that lets out to the Atlantic Ocean. You can see it pretty
goes
much
right out here to the Atlantic.
It's about 80 yards to the east of us.
I guess so. I'm not good at judging distance. I know that.
Well, I mean, I think if I had to run that, I can run that in a little under 10 seconds.
I doubt I could throw a football that far.
Yeah. And I can tell it's east because the sun's going down. And we got daylight savings time coming on.
Oh, man. Wow. Well, in a way.
Maybe for the last time.
You know, in a way, though, I have to play here on Sunday here at Shipwrecks.
Yeah.
And with the clock moving back, I'll get that extra hour of sleep I need before I have to come and play, which will be awesome.
For that one day, but that's not going to change your sleep habits all year round, is it?
For a few weeks, man, getting that extra hour back, man, really makes a difference. I wish they would leave the time.
It's only that 1 hour you get, though, from the hour.
But I wish they would just leave it that way all the time.
Maybe they should do that every Saturday for you.
Well, that would be cool.
Just every year, and then, you know, you'll be getting up and you're going to be going to bed when the sun's rising and all that shit. No, that wouldn't fucking work. But Luke, I think we mentioned yesterday. Luke, no, we didn't mention it. Luke, we got some guys doing some construction work here, and he's done now.
A guy.
Yep.
Rebuilt the stage here.
Rebuilt the stage.
So we got a brand new stage here at Shipwreck.
Yeah, but we got to celebrate Luke's marijuana card. What is it? Medical marijuana card.
My medical use registration card.
You know, folks, if you've listened to us long enough, you know how near and dear that ganja is into Luke's life.
Yes, it really helps what afflicts me.
Does it enrich your life?
I think it does.
Yeah? Well, that's great, man. And we noticed that his picture is exactly the same as the driver's license because it's issued by the state. They go in a database and they just take the picture that his last driver's license was.
Yeah.
So he does look like if one of the wizards from Lord of the Rings got arrested and had a mugshot taken. Because your hat's off. Yeah, it doesn't have the fucking sunglasses on. And he's got his medical marijuana card. So now, put me through the process. Now that you have medical marijuana card, what do you do now?
Well,
what does that give you? What does that give you down here?
That allows me access to medical marijuana.
I know, but do you have to go to a doctor first?
Yeah, I had to go.
You can't just go to a pharmacy and say I got a medical marijuana card. Can you?
No, pharmacies don't sell because you can't use anything but cash to buy it.
They can only use cash?
Yeah, you can only use cash.
So where do you go?
So you can drive up, for us, the closest one is in Kendall.
Yeah.
And if you want to drive all that way, you can. And you can see what their products are and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or you can do like I did and go online and order what what the doctor prescribes you. And
Well, you can order online. Where do you order from?
from the True Leave website.
And it's in state.
Yeah, right here.
And what kind of things can you get?
You can get vape cups, which is flour, and you put it in your volcano vaporizer.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, if I had a vaporizer, I would do that, but I don't have a good vaporizer. So then I got the vape pen thing with the vape cartridge where you smoke the oil.
Yeah.
And the oil kicks ass. It's the best oil I've ever smoked.
Yeah.
Anyway. And I've tried some other medical stuff, but this was by far a lot better.
Yeah. So what, if you were Wayne, and you can also buy what? You can buy
Edibles, you can get
gummies.
I don't know if they have gummies yet in Florida because they're afraid kids will eat them.
Okay. Well, wait. They got fucking cookies though. What kind of edibles do they have?
They don't really have. What I mean by edibles, you can buy the liquid.
Oh, where you can put it in your.
Yeah, you can either put it in your food, you cook with it, or you can just put it in your mouth.
Well, that'd be great for the mashed potatoes, man.
If you use Indicus, man, you could have mellow potato.
Yeah. Here we go. Good afternoon. So what's your hierarchy? If you had to rank it, if you want to talk about regular weed, what would you, if you had to ingest, what's your order?
Well, normally I would prefer a joint. I've always enjoyed smoking a joint. But this vape pen thing, man, it fucking works really good.
Yep, you never need a light.
And
you don't have to roll
run
anything.
out of papers, and
You just got to charge it, right?
And yeah, it's just like plugging in your cell phone. You just got to remember to plug it in.
That's fucking awesome, man. So you ever see they got all these fancy pens? They got the rectangular pens. You got the
I see
the ones that the
rectangular.
one you have looks like a cigarette holder from the 1930s.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's just a little battery and and then the actual. This is what they send you.
Yep.
And actually, they bring it right to your door in a little gift bag, man. It's really cool.
They leave you a little note just for you.
No, you have to pay them cash, But
Oh, when they come to the door?
yeah. 'Cause
Oh, it's the company.
That's why they deliver it to your door.
Oh, the company delivers it to you.
Yes.
Well, you got to be home then.
Yeah. Well, they call you and you schedule a time. I was driving cab that day, and I said, just call me when you get to Key Largo, and I happened to be able to go right.
Luke, I feel anxious all the time. I may have to go to the doctor, maybe. What's is it Dr. Hollywood?
No, it's Doctor's Own down here in Almirada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They have a clinic called the Iona Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Iona Clinic. And he's a really cool cat, man. You go and see him and tell him what your issues are and stuff, and he verifies and checks you out. And
Yeah.
for me, it was I was a shoe-in because of because I have the diabetes, and beyond that, I got herniated and liquefied discs in my neck and back and stuff. So, I
Herniated liquefied disc.
herniated and liquefied. Some of them have actually turned into goo.
They're gone.
Yeah, disintegrated.
Fuck.
And I have deteriorating disc syndrome in the middle of my back.
Man.
Always this.
The man's
if I had the money, I'd go get another MRI just to see,
Here we go. That was the owner, Mark, removing heavy duty
the tool
circular
that-
saw.
Yeah, that they use to
Build
construct
a- yeah.
stage.
Hey, the guy, you know what? The guy was drinking a little beer and all that stuff while he's doing it, handling the heavy circular saw
Yeah,
kind of shit. He looked like he did a fine-ass job on that.
It looks really good.
Yeah. Christ, it's amazing how craftsmen work when it could just be just it may appear as if they're just doing it half-assed, but they do a really nice job.
Well, a lot of cats are like are really good. Like my brother, he can eyeball stuff.
I do that myself.
I mean, he measures. But he
I
can
think I would
also
be an
eyeball.
excellent fucking bra salesman.
A bra salesman.
Yeah, because I can just look and tell them what kind of size they need.
Yeah.
I could be like a personal stylist, Luke.
Yeah.
Like in Miami, for one of these rich women, 4 rich women, just dress them up. What do you think? Get a job like that?
I don't know. I think that would open you up to a lot of potential bitching.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it'd be like
rich
you just tell them they
women
look
are
like how
bitchy.
great they look. It doesn't fucking matter. They don't care.
What happened, Tiff?
Oh, she swallowed the hair. It looked like she got a hair.
Oh wow.
Was it curly? Was it? So, no, she looked like she was spitting out a hair.
Yeah, it did. It looked like the last thing a pubic hair
Yeah,
hears.
yeah. So,
No, he is a boxer lab man.
yeah. So, remember on the mic, man. So today I was saying, take my fucking picture, and we talk about the tourists that come down here or anybody comes down here. And a question was put to me in a group. What happens, you get people that ask you, can you take our picture? And if I'm walking by and someone randomly asks me to take their picture, I whip out my cell phone. I put it in selfie mode so it's facing that way. I lean back and I take the picture and I walk away.
Well, I
It's
often
just fucking
wonder,
great. And they go and they start looking at me and I go like this. Or if they hand me their phone right away, I put it in their reverse way and take a picture, and it's a picture of me smiling. And they go, sometimes I do get complaints, but I think people really, if you could get a hard on some asshole that's going to bitch about anything anyway, it doesn't matter. They're going to bitch. They're not going to get it. But the truly good people, the smart people, will find that very funny. And that's better, That's a hell of a lot better. How about you? You get pictures all the time. You're like fucking Mickey Mouse.
I was talking to a young couple last night, man. Where was I, man? Oh, I was playing at Bayside,
Mm-hmm.
and so at any rate, they were going through their phone and erasing pictures, because they're like, oh man, I took 10 of him, click, because with the cell phones and shit, you can take half a dozen pictures real fast.
A lot of dick pics erased, though.
And well, like just out of focus and the same picture 10 times in a row and shit like that. So I mentioned to them, I was like, well, I've probably over the years, I don't know how many, literally thousands of pictures that I have been in with people that I have no idea and I've never seen it again. And I just imagine them one day looking in their phone and, oh, here's a memory from 10 years ago. And there's a picture of them with me somewhere and they're going, who the fuck is that fucking motherfucker? And I get deleted, because they got to make space because their cloud's filling up.
What do you think? Like, I'd say about half the time to get the right name down. And people say this is like if it's, when people come in a bar to take pictures of me, and it's they show up down at Keys and want to get pictures, and they go, "This is our bartender Tim, or Tom, or John, or Joe, or whatever the fuck it is." It doesn't really matter. I don't get insulted by that at all. I don't get insulted when they ask me to take a picture. It's just like, do you want to take a picture of us? And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. And just take a picture and walk away, but not on their phone. And then that leaves them wondering, goes, what just happened? We had this Monday, I was sitting, I was hungry, and it was right around, we opened at 11 o'clock. I said, no one's coming. I'm going to order some food, right? And don't you fucking know, a wedding party that's people getting married down in Key West of 18. No one's at the bar. 18 people come walking in and sit down a bar. Don't order any food. Just go, they're drinking. Right? And as my food came up. So I'm sitting there, I'm taking together drinks. And then I realized they didn't know. They just, but that was her idea. They just figured they'd come down here. And it's John and Holly, the name of the couple. They met down in Key West during one of those Jimmy Buffett things, the Meeting of the Mind things.
Yeah.
And they were both from the West Coast. Hey, thanks for the screws. The guy she just dropped. Oh, look at that. She's eagle eye. She's picking up all the screws. Yep. And, such Tiffany walked over and dropped 4 screws on the table right here. So they're going down there, the whole family. They're getting married. They're both from the West Coast. That's where they met during one of the Buffett things. And they came in, and they were doing one of his classic road trips where they stopped at Gilbert's, and then they went to they stopped at our place, and then they're going down to Marker 88 or Lorelei's. I think Lorelei's. And all the way down to get married. I don't know if I'd ever get married in Key West. You know? I mean, unless I was a kid. I mean, that's like getting married in Las Vegas.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't go to Vegas to get married. But then again, I'm not a Vegas kind of person anyway. I don't gamble, so, you know, and I'm not a whore, so I don't whore around. Well, I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
You look like a whore.
I used to be, but I ain't anymore, so.
Would you ever think about, since you're talking about the wedding thing, would you ever think about getting to become one of those officiants? You can play their wedding? Officiant, no? No. Imagine someone coming to your gig and they come up like...
I could do a New Age ceremony, man.
No, imagine that. You got your guitar on. You got right during your break, you get them to sign the documents that you got to get them to sign, and you could think. And then when you come back on, you come up there. You could sing. You could sing the vows.
Oh God, no, that sounds too cheesy.
What do you mean?
That's just too cheesy.
I think it'd be fucking great, Luke.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
You'd ask them all those questions, like, do you take this man? Sing it to him. Do you take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife? And you could sing it.
You take this hoe.
Yeah. This biatch to be your lawful wedded wife.
To be your lawful wedded biatch.
No, but you get paid for it, Luke. Besides doing your gig, besides whatever you make for the gig. Imagine if you did 2 weddings, Luke.
You could probably charge a lot of money for that.
No, 150. You get 300 on top of what you got for the gig, right? And then you'd have all the other people, the witnesses, the king, so you get more tips and all that stuff, and you'd be the officiant.
I'm not into weddings, man.
You know, it's not a wedding, man. It's only going to be at your gig, so they're not going to do cake and all that shit.
No, man. Wedding gigs suck. Always have.
No,
always
I'm not
will.
saying.
Even if it's at your gig, man.
No, it's not a wedding. They're not going to dress up like a bride and groom. You know? The guy's wearing a T-shirt without any sleeves. Right? The girl's wearing a halter top.
Which is still a pain in the ass.
You know? Imagine someone that looks like Tiffany getting married. What? Pain in the ass. Why?
Just trust me. I know of what I speak, man.
Do you take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife? And they say, I do. Do you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband? And then you repeat after me. You, Luke Glenn, take this. Kim, what's Kim's maiden name? Some Italian name, right?
No, I got her on round 2, so she had...
What was her original name?
Her original name was Walquist.
Wait, that's her maiden name?
Yeah.
How the fuck is she Italian?
Her mom's side.
Oh, man.
Her mom's side is Vitali.
Okay. Well, I guess that's like being Jewish, because if your mom's Italian, that makes you Italian.
I guess that's how it works. I don't know.
You don't know?
I think it's whatever you choose to identify yourself as.
Oh, fucking A, man. I'm Albanian then. All the way.
I'm Neanderthal, man.
Well, you know that. You heard that. There's 15% of the people are Neanderthal and stuff like that. Luke, I want to do something next time we get someone really fucked up. Okay? I want to do something next time we get someone really fucked up.
What are we going to do?
We got to, I don't know. We're going to get a sponsor or something like that to drive us someplace. But they're close to a major city, and we go to a real fucking Cuban restaurant where everything's Cuban, even the television on there's Cuban. I mean Spanish.
We can
Spanish
do
music.
that in Key Largo.
No, they got to have the music on and all that shit. No,
Cafe
Key Largo.
Cubano and Tavernier, man.
I know, but the people down here might know what it is. So you get someone really fucked up. They kind of black out. You take them to this place, right? And, you know, when they're coming...
you're going to take a belligerent drunk to a fucking place where
Who
we
said
don't
belligerent?
know anybody.
It's not always belligerent.
Oh, well, I mean...
They don't have to be belligerent.
But
Hey,
they
listen,
might-
it could be...
Hey, if they go that way, and, I mean, we're surrounded and out.
We know when we know it. No, I can handle it. I go in there and we go and sit there and they start coming out of it. You don't give them a drink for a couple hours, and they wake up and you go, "You were out 36 hours. How the fuck you got through customs? We have no idea." And they go, "What?" And you got to make sure they weren't with you originally. Say, "Yeah, we're in Cuba." Man, and you pack light because you didn't even bring a fucking bag with you. And they'd be looking around you. There'd all be the Spanish speaking or something like that. In Philadelphia, you could do it in Vietnamese, Brazilian, all this stuff. It's a bigger city. So, I mean, New York even worse. You could probably tell them you're in fucking Russia. But imagine getting someone real banged up that's not used to being banged up. Can't be someone that regularly does that. But even that, if you wake up and what was the weirdest place you ever woke up in? Did you ever wake up in another town?
The man that walked from Lake Mary.
What?
Yeah, I've woke up in places and had no idea where I was.
Yeah, and you just started out. You were out drinking someplace and doing something, and all of a sudden, fucking.
Well, I remember being at the ABC double revolving bar and fucking on Orange Blossom Trail in Orlando, and I met probably one of the most prettiest girls I ever saw. I was fucked up. It was 50 Cent Jack and Coke night. And, oh, no, that's all right. I'll get one.
Okay.
And
50 Cent Jack and Coke.
50 Cent Jack and Coke night. And I drank
$20 worth?
about $15 worth.
Shit.
And so this lovely young lady takes me home to her house, man. And I mean, I'm wasted. All I do is pass out on her couch, and because I mean, she took my boots off, and that was it, you know.
So there was no.
So in the morning, she wakes up, man, and she's real cool, man. She makes breakfast and stuff, man, and she really wanted me to hang out and stuff. And I mean, I was like, wow, you know.
So you didn't go to Pound Town?
And so no, because she had to get to work, and she made this wonderful breakfast that I was too hungover to eat. And so I forgot to ask her which way the bar was because I figured I could walk and get my truck. And so I just stepped out of the door for a minute, and the door shut on me, and I was locked out, and she had already left.
Was all your shit inside?
No, luckily I had put on my boots anyway. I left a shirt there. And could not remember what her name was or anything. And so, okay, well, I'll fucking walk down here and find where my truck is. And by the time I found where the bar was, it took me like an hour or so of walking to find.
How far fucking away was it?
We weren't that far away, but it was in a neighborhood, and I got lost in a neighborhood. And by the time I found my truck at the ABC fucking bar in Orlando there, I could not remember how to get back to her house.
And
That's one of the most, man, I kicked myself in the ass ever since, man. That could have been it, man. That could have been the one, you know.
you ever tell Kim about it?
No, she wouldn't get it. She'd think,
Well, so when you want to fuck her now?
Well, would you?
I don't know what she looks like now, but
What if she was just perfectly aged?
oh man, she'd be like drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, okay. So
Like
luckily
one of those
Kim,
girls,
luckily
Skyfall
Kim doesn't
Steve,
listen to
because-
this.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever you want because you know what? To this day, Kim has never said shit about.
No, she doesn't listen. She don't even know how to find a podcast.
No, she doesn't. That's a funny thing about it. And I told people ask me, they ask me, where can I get it? And I said, it's on the internet. And they go, oh, okay. And I said, how do you listen to music? And they go, on the radio. So you never listen to music? You ever listen to anything over the internet? And they go, no. I said, okay. And they go, well, can't you tell me? I go, no, not really, because obviously you have no proficiency on finding anything. You never found a song that you ever loved on the internet? You know, you could just Google it.
Or YouTube it, man.
Yeah. And it just comes out. So I just tell them, I say, oh, that's it. I'm sorry. But I'm getting back to the John and Holly. They're in there. I'm going to say hi to these people. There was all 17 people. They were from, some of them from South Carolina, the West Coast. I mean, it's rare we get West Coast people here. You ever talk to them? They're all Midwest and Northeast.
From Oregon.
What?
My landlords are out in Oregon, but they actually came from here first. So I guess.
Well, West Coast people don't. We don't get a lot of West Coast people, even though there's a high concentration of people on the West Coast. We get our people are from the Northeast, the South, the Midwest. We may get
Yeah, man. You know, if I lived out west, though, man, there's so many cool places out there. You know, the only time to come here is when it gets cold up there. You know.
Yep. And we're at the
But
point.
they go to Southern California for that, and Mexico.
Well, Southern California is really crowded.
Well, I mean, they go down to Mexico to like Cabo Wabo or whatever that is.
Unless you go into the Catalina wine mixer. You know about the Catalina wine mixer?
No. I know there's the wine country and stuff, but
You never seen the movie Step Brothers with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly?
oh, I saw it once, but I don't really remember it.
That was the Catalina wine mixer.
Oh,
That was a big event at the end of it.
I don't remember the movie
Okay.
well enough. Some movies, you know, you watch and you just never go back.
What's
to
your
it.
favorite comedy?
I don't know. There's too many really great ones.
Can you pick
but-
one? Just pick one.
Okay, Airplane was a fucking hilarious movie, I thought.
Okay, Hackneyed, okay.
Life of Brian, another hilarious
Very, yeah.
fucking movie.
Yeah,
man.
okay. Okay.
When I was a kid, I thought Blazing Saddles was hilarious.
Okay. Got any ones that are kind of like more thinky? Like a Wes Anderson movie? You don't know who that is, do you?
I've heard the name, but I can't.
Wes
put it
Anderson was Rushmore.
I'm thinking of Wes
Rush.
Craven.
No, Wes Anderson was Rushmore. Steve Azuzu, Life Aquatic. It's about a scuba, kind of like a Jacques Cousteau guy. And was kind of you never saw that one?
It
That thing?
sounds vaguely familiar.
It was kind of funny.
Rushmore, I kind of vaguely
Bill Murray.
remember.
Bill Murray.
Was in Rushmore?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that one.
Yeah. I mean, that's one. Did you?
And, of course, you got your classics like, Animal House and Caddyshack. And
Caddyshack? Yes. Animal House, I was in a fraternity. I can't laugh at it anymore because a lot of it was. Actually, I can. It is funny. Animal House, because they didn't. I mean, that was 1979, 78.
and the movie was set in, like, the early 60s.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right at the beginning of the Vietnam era.
Yeah.
63.
Yeah, because Niedermeyer was killed by his own troops in Vietnam.
He was fragged. Hey, do you remember the name of the school?
Faber.
Faber, you did.
Faber.
See? Jesus Christ. Listen, folks. If people say that marijuana provokes forgetfulness, you remember that. And Niedermeyer.
Yeah.
And do you remember the actors in that movie?
Well, let's see. I can see all their faces, man. Well, of course, you
Name one.
Belushi.
Yeah.
John Belushi. And Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis was not fucking in.
Yeah, man.
No, he was not. The Irish actor Daniel Day-Lewis would have been 5 years old.
That was a character on the fucking in the movie, man.
Daniel Day-Lewis was not in. No, I'm good.
I got that one confused.
I'm really good.
Wow, that was a nice catch,
Yeah.
Tiff.
Daniel Day-Lewis was not in Animal House. I hesitate to say. He was probably 10 years old when Animal House came out. Maybe.
I don't know.
You got anybody
Daniel
else?
Day Simpson, that was the guy's name in the movie. Has no
Yeah,
grade
that's
point
right.
average.
That's right. The
Yeah.
guy that was on the
You know, the one that could on the motorcycle
Yeah.
rode up the stairs.
that guy's still an actor today.
Yeah.
He was in Lincoln.
Yeah, he's been
He was
in
in
some
Lincoln.
movies
He
and
was
stuff. He's
one
been
of
in some really
he
good
was on it.
movies.
Yeah, he's an excellent actor. He was one of Lincoln's
Wasn't he in
Secretary of War. I think he was in that.
Man,
He was in that Daniel Day. He was in a Daniel Day-Lewis played Lincoln in Lincoln, and that guy Bruce. His name's Bruce. Bruce, the guy's name is, and he was also in Legally Blonde and all that stuff. That's kind of amazing that you remember that. But the guy that played Amadeus was in it. Remember the guy that played Mozart in the movie? He got the Academy Award for it.
No.
Never saw him.
Here's a funny thing, and I swear, I've tried to watch movies that won an Oscar or had a bunch of Academy Awards, and I swear to God, 90% of those movies I totally fucking hated. I mean, one was just nothing but verbiage and verbiage.
What's
and, I
it?
mean, it was just boring.
What was
as
that?
Fucking shit, and it won all this shit, man.
What movie was it?
Oh, I'm trying to think of it, man. It was, well, I thought Lincoln sucked pretty much.
I love fucking Lincoln.
That
I
was
love
what
Lincoln.
a draggy ass fucking.
Well, I was a history.
take
I was a history
forever.
major. I love that. I love.
But it was too slow, man. And,
I know, but
and
there
it
was
was
a-
full of like just
Well,
blah,
fucking
blah,
weighty.
blah that
I know,
nobody
but there
gives
was
a fuck
weighty
about.
issues, like during the pivotal point of it was getting the freeing the slaves, right? When they had that pass that rule, when they passed that
the Emancipation
when
Proclamation.
they passed that. Well, that was an executive order, the Emancipation Proclamation.
That was an executive order. They couldn't pass shit. That's why he did it as an order, and that's what prompted the attack on Fort Sumter, I think.
No. The Emancipation Proclamation came about several years after the Civil War was around. It was right.
I thought Lincoln wrote the sumbitch before he got killed.
No. Oh, he did write it before he was killed, and there were several years before he got killed, though, right?
I don't know.
No. Well,
I don't want to think that hard.
Okay.
right
Well,
now.
I'll just for.
I've been-
I
I've
apologize for Southerners to listen to this, but after Lincoln was elected, they fired on. There was a whole bunch of things. They started declaring, preparing articles of separation from the United States, and General Beauregard took a bunch of cadets from, I forget if it's the Citadel or whatever it was from.
West Point or somewhere.
No, not West Point. West Point's up in New York. It was Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor, right?
I guess.
When Beauregard fired on federal positions, and that was the beginning of the Civil War, and that was right after Lincoln was elected, and they just thought he was going to do it. And Lincoln wasn't going to do that at all, but they called it an invasion, and the first acts of hostility took place in the South.
Yeah.
And I know that pisses people off when you hear that stuff, but I apologize. It's the
It's
facts are
history,
facts.
man.
You can't change the facts. Obviously,
Well, you can
you
now.
might call the election a sign of aggression, but there was no movement of federal forces there. And luckily, I think all the way down here in Key West and stuff like that, Key West remained in Union hands the whole course of the war.
Yeah, they were Southern sympathizers though, and but they
Not
were,
a lot because they didn't have plantations.
But
stuff
they
like
were
that.
but they were mostly wreckers, and so they played the two ends against the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they didn't really give a shit because they didn't use
Oh,
slaves. They didn't have any skin in the game when it comes to slavery and
no,
stuff like
other
that.
than maybe
What?
pirating away a shipment of slaves. You know.
Yep. Okay. Well, where's your mic levels right here? Do you?
Right there.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on with
Yeah.
you because I think because you held the mic a little too far away there and stuff like that.
I might have spaced out a little bit here.
Do you ever hear of a musician shoving a mic up their ass?
Not on stage.
I think Steve
I'm not going to say it hasn't happened.
Dave Chappelle used to go on. He used to say when he did his comedy act, he used to go on before a punk band or something like that. I think it was Dave Chappelle, and they said right before. It may not be Dave Chappelle. It could have been Chris Rock, but or it could have been the little guy Kevin Hart, and it was during the show. The musician would take the microphone and shove it up his ass. And I can understand that if I was performing that night, I
And
would
you had
not.
to use that same mic?
No,
Wow.
he didn't. He didn't use the same mic. He made sure that there was another mic.
Well, you always tour with your own fucking mic. That way you know. People don't realize, man, I don't like sharing my mic with a bunch of people because it's like a toothbrush. You know, when you're singing, you generally have the mic right against your lips, man.
Yeah.
And mine for years, mine smelled like whiskey,
Weed.
chewing tobacco,
And weed.
and fucking beer. And
Not weed.
no, because you couldn't really smoke on stage.
Chew tobacco. You were a chew it.
Oh,
chewing
I
tobacco.
chewed since I was 9 years old.
What
I
you
gave
did?
I gave it up right before Irma, man, and I've been tobacco. I went cold turkey, and I've been cold turkey.
Oh, really? I didn't. I never knew that you smoked the. Chewed. Did the smokeless tobacco?
Copenhagen, man, it's
Oh.
stronger than Marlboros. And the thing about chewing tobacco, man, is I chewed 24 hours a day, pretty much. You know, sometimes I would remember to spit it out, but a lot of times I'd fall asleep.
Oh, we
with it.
do the wad.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Oh.
And there's been many a times that I forgot that I had a wad in and went to eat and went, oh shit, man, I forgot to take out my Copenhagen. Oh, it's gone now. I'm done
Skull
swallowed
brother.
It, you know.
Oh no. Okay. Well, we're almost at the 40-minute. I think we're going to start talking about some events that are coming up.
Oh, so I was meant to tell you, man. So I got invited to
What? What is it?
do the
Oh, the bridge run.
yeah.
Oh, that I gave him your number,
Yeah, I got to get back with him.
Henry.
I believe that's his name. Oh, what was the number, man?
Enrique. Well, I got his number. Don't worry about it. He's in the Rotary.
Oh,
with
here
me.
it is. So what my phone now does
What?
is it takes a voicemail. It takes a voicemail and converts
Jim
it.
Herman. That's Jim Horan.
Yeah.
Jim Herman.
So what it does is it takes their message and converts it to a text. So that's why it looks kind of weird.
That runs the Key Largo Bridge run. I'm trying to correct it. Hey man, give me a call back? I'm looking for either a musician or a band for the bridge run. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to be there on the Key Largo Bridge Run is November 10th, and you can still get if you Google Key Largo Bridge Run or go to Facebook Key Largo Bridge Run, you can get you'll definitely be able to get to our registration site, and you can register to their registration site, and you can register for the run. It starts at Gilbert's.
I believe they moved it to Gilbert's, which for a change, they had done it out of the church for so long, and I don't know, churches creep me out. I feel way more comfortable around. And plus, Gilbert's has way more parking, and they also have a stage. So.
I know the closest times I've almost been molested as a child has been in a church or with someone that purported to be associated with the church.
Because what a great place for a wolf to hide, man.
In a church. You're right. And you know what?
They put on the sheep's clothing and they come in and oh man, he donates a lot of money to the church. He must be a nice guy.
Yep. He likes kids.
Oh yeah, let Uncle Bob take our kids.
Mm-hmm. You got to watch out for that stuff. You never know.
And people just wouldn't. Who would have thought that somebody would do that to a kid? I mean that has never crossed my mind.
Okay. No, I agree with you. No, I just wanted closer to you.
Oh.
That's all. That's all I wanted. I was loud. You weren't. I did. I'd rather.
Well,
And there we go.
I'm usually
Yeah, pretend you're
pretty
singing.
tired out at this time of day. From driving around all day and.
What's your plans for the rest of the day?
Well, so interesting enough. I was driving a cab earlier today. At any rate, so there's a school zone, and I didn't want to go through the fucking school zone because I knew the minute I drove on the other side of it, I'd get a call to have to go through it all over again. So I walked into the Caribbean Club, just to hang out. And lo and behold, they had gotten their jukebox in, and they had been refurbished, and they couldn't figure out how to get it all hooked up and stuff. So I happened to go in, and I figured out the little wiring thing issue they had, and it just didn't look like it was coming on, and so I asked where the power button was, and so I checked that, and the only thing the power button turned on and off was where you stick in the dollar bills, the little thing it takes in your money.
Yeah.
That was on a separate circuit than the rest of the thing. I was like, wow. So I reach around and fumble around where the cord.
You did a reach around. You did a reach around on the
around,
jukebox.
and I found the button. And I turned on the button, and so
Wow.
I get free drinks tonight at the crib. This is long story short.
Oh, that's fucking great. Well, this has been a eventful show. We had didn't have Bill Wissinger, but we are doing it live, and it looks like we may have done this.
Bill has changed into his lighter hosen.
Yeah.
And
And he's in Key West right now. He's
doing
performing.
Key West. He's doing the
At the-
Ashla polka dance right now.
Is he in Green Parrot? The Green Parrot, you think?
I don't know. I thought they were at the theater down there where the cross dressers are and stuff.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was
The La Ti Da?
yeah, the La Di Da.
Okay. Well, he'd be a big hit down there, wouldn't he? He's somewhat manly.
Yeah, especially when he puts on his dress, man.
Nah, man, he'd have to shave a shitload, man. I don't think.
No,
Bill-
man. See, a lot of the kinky gay world, man, they like a burly man.
Oh, so
in
that's a
dress.
bear. That's what they
Yeah,
call a bear?
Yeah. But if you're a bear that wears a dress, you're like a unique kind of bear or something.
That's fucking great.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay. Well, no, actually, you knew a little about it. There is
I know just enough to talk my way into a fucking pile of shit, man.
No, that's pretty good. There are. And now I'm not purporting anything about that, but you're right about that. They do. I know several gay men that have heavy beards and all that stuff, and they.
Well, and then you got the furries, man. The people that dress up in animal costumes.
Yeah, stuffed animal, like it's stuffed animals.
Yeah,
And
that's more power to them, man. I got nothing against it.
I don't get that part. I mean,
well, it's and when you think about it, it's anonymous, man. And if you're in a furry suit, you don't know if you're getting bunghole or pussy until you smell it later.
well, now if you got an erection from a stuffed animal, then that's pretty much it. That's
Well,
your
when I
game.
was a young guy, I got an erection when the wind blew. So
Oh, really?
When
I
was
used
a
to get it
young
when
man.
I used to get it when I had to go up and diagram a sentence.
Oh man,
cool.
when you get off the school bus in the morning,
Yeah.
man, I always had a.
You have to hold up a book
rager.
and they go like this. You're wearing corduroy pants and you get up and you're sporting a brand new kosher pickle. Call it kosher pickle. Let's our brotherhood. You know what? Let's promote our anti-Semitism, meaning we're pro Jewish.
Yeah, we're anti-Semites.
We're anti-Semites. We're against all hate of all kinds.
Hate is fuck, man. What the fuck is wrong with people, man?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And listen,
and I'm sorry, I have to just make fun
What?
of one thing, man.
What?
If making America great again means putting fucking armed guards in our cathedrals and our synagogues and our churches, I'm sorry, that's not making America great again.
well, and then
That's
there was
all
one
fucking-
point. It was in the 1820s, 1830s, where Catholic churches had to do it because nativists thought Catholics were
Oh
the
yeah, they used to hate papists.
papists. Yeah, but they had to put like cannons in front of the church so to keep people from burning them
Yes,
down.
but that was 18-6.
Oh, and in 1960s they burnt down black churches.
Oh, they blew them up, man. They
blown up and killed children, little girls and stuff like that. But we're all about loving them, and if you're,
And
there's
so
not
these
much,
same people-
with not much we could do. But listen, if you find this humorous, reflect on your hatred, and there could be another reason for it because there shouldn't be any hatred towards people that you that are dissimilar to you.
I mean, and you can't just put us all in one fucking group, man.
Yeah.
I've heard people say, because I don't dress nice, man. I look like a bum. I really do most of the time. I mean, this is one of my nicer dress days. I actually have a shirt with sleeves on it.
But there's some people
there's no
that dress
sweat
like
stains yet.
either. There's people that look exactly like us that are 180 degrees diametrically opposed
Oh, yeah.
to the thought of accepting people.
Yeah, yeah, and so it just you never know who you meet, man. I've met racism from the other side as well, you know. You know, I've had white people fuck with me because of my long hair when I was younger.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what direction you were going with that. I thought you were going to say from the other side.
Oh well, and also
That's not that's stereotyping. That's
well,
stereotyping and a classism. I call that classism, where you think, oh, you're a fucking hippie or this or that, or classism is when someone says, oh, well, obviously that person isn't very refined or very
I
intelligent.
have found that footwear gives away a lot of. You can tell somebody has an attitude because. Okay, like you and I, we got cheap ass flip flops. Well, they're not exactly
Well, mine's
cheap.
not cheap.
They're not cheap, but they're not fucking $200 flip flops. You know?
No, mine are actually. Abby got these.
Mine are $40 flops.
No, I think they're like $80, $90 flip flops.
Wow,
Look at them.
They
I mean,
look-
11.
they look pretty much
They
like
feel
mine.
pretty good. I know they do.
but I got mine half price.
Okay. Well, they do look like each other. But either that, you could tell. Well, when I imagine a lazy racist would walk around with these flip flops.
I don't know, man. Well, then you have your people that wear these like patent leather. You can tell they're rich people.
I like.
and
Wait.
you know the shoes I'm talking about.
Hey,
And
Luke,
the way they-
Luke. This is where we stereotype.
I know
people.
this is a total, but it's a,
You know what, me? You saw those pictures of me, right? I wear a fucking bow tie. I wear a blue jacket, white shirt, tan pants. I look like I'm a fucking member of the yacht club and stuff like that. I'll go right into it with the same haircut, but that doesn't mean that you share the same views with someone just because I look that way. And the same thing goes for Luke.
Yeah,
You know?
most people would think
There's
that
some
I would
hillbillies
be,
that thinking like, oh well, this guy doesn't like black people.
yeah, or fucking kicks dogs and shit.
Yeah, kicks. Well, he loves animals. Well, listen, we're at 50 minutes, and we got to start signing off. So Luke, when you
Well, so at any rate, the boat run thing. I mean, the Key Largo Bridge run.
and bridge run, not a boat run. It's over the bridge.
That's November 10th. So
If you want to sign up, go to Google in Key Largo Bridge Run. You can get it on Facebook and things like that. And Luke is going to probably be playing at that, but we just got to
so you
check
might
it.
even be able to come down and meet us all in
And
person.
I think on
man.
the same, on November 9th, if you are in the Keys, there's several events you can sign up for and have a good time. They have the spaghetti no balls for the animal shelter.
Yeah,
That'll be a great thing. And
It's
there's also
it's
a
no-kill
pasta,
shelter.
a fabulous, if you put in Key Largo Bridge Run, you'll also have a fabulous pasta dinner at Doc's Diner for
Yeah.
$25. All you can eat, all different type of pasta. If you're vegetarian, you like bolognese, like a meat sauce, and there's like 3 different main entrees: a roasted chicken and all that stuff, and to raise money, and it all goes to good causes. Spaghetti and no balls is for
it's the no-kill
neutering,
shelter.
yeah, fixing
Yeah,
fixing animals.
And if you can't afford to get your critter fixed, they'll fix it for you.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing, and we do scholarship, and with the Rotary, the Bridge Run, it's about scholarship funds, and just like everything, we're all about raising money for good causes. Well, I'm here with Luke Glenn. I'd say, Luke Glenn, say goodbye.
All righty then. See you.
Okay. This is Jim the Keys Bartender. Thank you for listening. We'll probably do a show tomorrow. Take care. I like better that you do that. That's funny. Okay. Oh, wait. I didn't bring up the volume, though. That's good. You know what? We didn't bring up the volume. I can hear it here. There we go. There it goes. Oh, man. We could bebop into the music. Thank you very much, everyone.